Here's the twist that ruins everyone's expectations right away. Caffeine isn't actually what kills you first. Your heart, your nervous system, your jittery hands, none of them get the chance to fail. Because before caffeine can even finish dissolving into your bloodstream, something far more boring and far more brutal happens. You drown. A single cup of coffee is about 240 milliliters. 1,000 of them is 240 liters. That's not a drink. That's a kiddie pool. Your stomach, fully stretched, holds about 1 liter comfortably, maybe 4 before things get medically alarming. You're attempting to pour 60 times that volume into your body in the time it takes to butter toast. But let's pretend, hypothetically, that your body was built like a tanker ship and could physically hold the liquid. A lethal dose of caffeine for an average adult is roughly 10 grams. That's the equivalent of about 100 cups, absorbed normally over time. You're drinking 10 times the lethal dose. Instantly. Caffeine at this concentration doesn't just make your heart race, it seizes it. Think of your heart as a drummer keeping a steady beat, and caffeine as an overcaffeinated intern grabbing the sticks and slamming them as fast as physically possible. That's not a rhythm anymore. That's arrhythmia. But here's where it gets genuinely bizarre. Even if we ignore the caffeine entirely and just look at the water content, 240 liters entering your bloodstream would trigger something called water intoxication, hyponatremia. Your cells, desperate to balance the sudden flood, start absorbing water like sponges. Brain cells are especially bad at handling this. They swell. Inside a skull that does not expand, it's the biological equivalent of trying to inflate an airbag inside a locked car. Now, let's really escalate, because what if? Logic demands we go further. Forget your body for a second. What does 240 liters of coffee even represent? Physically, hitting a human body at once, at roughly 1 kilogram per liter, that's 240 kilograms of fluid, about the weight of a baby grand piano, needing to occupy space currently filled with organs. Delivered in 60 seconds, this isn't drinking. This is closer to a localized flash flood happening inside your ribcage. Your lungs, still expecting air, get a very rude liquid surprise. Caffeine would technically make you extremely alert for the roughly 4 to 6 seconds your brain has left before it runs out of usable oxygen. You'd be the most awake person to ever die of drowning by Americano. So here's your scientifically accurate death sequence presented with the seriousness it deserves. Your stomach ruptures under volumetric pressure, your bloodstream floods with a cardiac arresting dose of stimulant, your cells swell like water balloons left under a running tap, and your lungs simply give up. All of this happens in under a minute. You wouldn't even have time to feel jittery. Evolution never prepared the human body for the concept of too much coffee too fast, because evolution assumed you'd have the good sense to sip it. So next time someone jokes that they need like 1,000 cups of coffee to survive Monday morning, gently remind them that their body has a limit, and that limit is somewhere south of a piano's worth of espresso. The universe, it turns out, doesn't run on infinite refills. There's always a point where not enough sleep becomes not enough oxygen. We're always looking for more. Turns out sometimes more is exactly what kills you.